Do you find it hard to find time to knit? Do you struggle to keep your house neat and clean? Do you have guilt because you'd rather knit than keep up with your home? Well, we've got some tips that have kept us totally sane for almost 30 years now, right? 30 years. What does my sign say? Oh, she can't see.
I can't see your sign.
Start over. What does it say?
I don't know.
Okay. I forgot you can't see anything.
I
Oh,
can't
this is
see a
terrible.
thing.
You're not going to be able to see my yarn or nothing. I'm going to
No,
show.
I can't see a thing.
Oh,
I just have
Lord.
to believe, I have to pretend that I'm seeing it.
We can do this.
And I said, you have just made my day.
Today, we're going to share with you what has kept us totally sane and kept our house under control so we have more time to knit. Think of us as your virtual yarn circle and come and enjoy what we call group therapy. Hey, my name is Linda.
Hey, and my name is Susie, and we are so glad for you to be with us today. We are excited about our new YouTube channel, and I believe, Linda, is this our third official episode?
This is our third episode, but it's very different than the others if you've watched them because we were together. And so this is the first one where we're not in the same room. So now we're all virtual. We're all together in the same boat. If I told you how long it took us to get here, you would you'd believe it. It's a lot of weird technology and just trying to get it together. Well, you look lovely. I love your tree.
Oh, thanks. It's my fall tree. And this past year I did something that was different. I put a fall tree up usually in September, and then in December it changes to Christmas. And I kept that up and kind of added some Valentine's stuff. And then in March, I changed it to a spring tree, spring Easter. And then I was supposed to change it in June to a summer tree, and it never got there. It stayed a spring tree for 6 months. But my granddaughters loved it. They loved it. So next year I'll do a summer tree, but then it went from spring back to fall. But I think my fall tree is my favorite. I enjoy it. I love the fall.
Yeah, the colors are pretty. So I'm seeing my tree in the back there. And it's twinkling. Is it twinkling for you?
Yes, it was. I saw it.
So it's not
twinkling earlier.
That's weird.
Oh, really?
It's so weird. So yeah, I am not an electrician, nor do I understand any of this. This is above my pay grade, but it probably, and those aren't LEDs either. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm glad. I like twinkles. I'm glad it's twinkling. Oh my goodness. So obviously, as we said, we are all kind of spread out here, and we're able to get together over technology. And but before we really get too much farther into this, we just want to reach out and say hello to anyone who has family and friends that are in these crazy hurricanes. Of course, we're from North Carolina. Well, now Susie lives in Alabama, and we have, those areas where are the places we would go to enjoy nature and enjoy the mountain beauty. I live about 2 hours from most of the hurricane damage, and our hearts just, I don't even know how. There's no words. There's just really no words as we watch what's going on. And but our thoughts and prayers are really with all of you. Yeah. And now, as we sit here, we are watching news about another hurricane coming right up to Florida, and it's a monster as well. So we are just praying that this all just ends. It's just crazy. So our thoughts and prayers are with you. And I won't even try to talk to anybody right now in the hurricane because I know so many people don't even have power or anything. But hopefully one day soon you will see this and you will know that we are praying for you. So
Yes.
anyway.
Most definitely.
Anyway. So kind of on to another note, I wanted to kind of follow up on our last, it's just because I find it funny, our last episode, which is about becoming bag ladies. And so, we went to that yarn extravaganza. What was it actually called? The Southern Comfort Fiber Market, I
I
think.
think so.
I think is what it was called.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And so as we went to just enjoy it and film some things for you guys, I had a little bit of a secret agenda to it, and that was to find gifts for my friends who knit. It is really hard, believe it or not, especially to find a gift for my Susie because she's on top of everything. She knows all the new things, and she's always, well, not always, but she's usually the one to introduce me to them. And so as we were milling through the market, I would hear ooh and ah about certain things, and I'd take a note, and then I would slip back and purchase those things. And so when we did the episode about the market and we were talking about, of course, I couldn't say, oh, I bought this roving for you, Susie, because it was supposed to be your Christmas present. However, when we were done with the show, we just couldn't help ourselves, and we just fessed up and basically gave each other the presents, the bags and the things.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had gotten you a bag. So I
know. So all
that
the
matched
things.
one of the bags that I got. So yeah, it's
I
hard
use
to
it
buy gifts
every
for
day.
a friend that knits because well, for me, if it comes out and I want it, I'm getting it. I'm getting whatever I see. And of course, what's on
I
my
know.
wish list now is I want to start spinning. That's why I wanted to get the fiber, and so
Yes.
that's truly on my wish list for Christmas. So, honey, if you're watching this later, I want that. I want that for Christmas.
Oh, I know you do. And so you had bought that that one pack of the fiber, and so I saw
Yes.
those little extras, and I went over to oh man, what was her name? I just lost it. I went over and I
Put it
asked
below.
if that matched the yarn. So anyway, but yes, we did some Christmas shopping, so that was fun. And the other thing, what else do we have on our list here? We have notes because, well, we have notes. Well, we could talk about what we're knitting.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to start because
Okay.
the endless tea is done. The endless tea is
And
done.
it turned out beautiful. You did a wonderful job
I
on
love
that.
the way. Thank you. I love the way it turned out. So I call it the endless tea because I actually used fingering weight, which most people probably don't. And it just took forever.
What size
But
needle did you use for that?
oh, golly. I don't even remember, Susie. I don't know.
Fingering weight normally would be like on a US 4 or
No, I think I
smaller.
used a 2. I think I used a 2.
Oh wow.
I think I did,
No
which is
wonder
why
it
it
was
took so long.
endless.
Yes, so this is the pattern. And the thing I love about this pattern, as you can see even here, the edges roll just a little bit, which is on purpose. And it's really cute. But what I've learned by watching some YouTube channels is, of course, you can finish off your edges, around your neckline and your sleeve all different ways. You can do it with, kind of in a rib. What I love though is just this pattern is is kind of your base pattern, and then you can change things up. It gives you the pattern for all yarn weights, which I loved. And I used the Lindy chain fingering from Knit Picks, and I kind of got in a panic at the end because I thought I was going to run out of yarn. So I ordered 3 more. And guess what? I have 3 extras.
Oh,
I didn't run
wow.
out of them at all. But anyway, it was a good learning experience. I've never actually knitted, and I'm going to share a picture right here, a full-length picture of me
Yeah,
wearing
that
it. So
turned out
yeah, it turned out real
beautiful.
nice.
It did.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you. What are you knitting, or what have you finished? Anything?
Well, I think on the last episode is when we were talking about things that I was doing for Christmas, and I was knitting a sock that I was talking about what color toe I was going to be putting in. And um, so here's the sock, and it is a sock for
Oh, wow.
one of my sons for Christmas. I'm sure they won't be watching this. So anyway, but it turned out great. And of course I put
It's
the green
really
heel
fun.
in, and then I put a purple toe. It's a fun sock. And so I know they'll enjoy
Very.
wearing this. And like I said before, I feel like I'm knitting a blanket when I knit their socks. I think the son that's going to get this, he wears like a size 13 tennis shoe. So they have big feet.
Oh,
They're tall
wow.
guys with big feet. So I did
Yeah.
finish these socks, and then I'm always having to knit baby blankets. For years, I've knitted baby blankets for new babies in our church, and when they have their christening or their dedication, I always share a blanket with them, and usually I tell them that just as when a mother covers her baby in the blanket that I knitted for them, to remember for that to be for them to remember that they cover their baby in prayer, which is the most important thing that we can do. And so, and it's a
Yes.
blanket that's given to them on a very special day for their baby. So anyway, I'm always having baby blankets to make. And the interesting thing about baby blankets is, well, of course, there's so many different patterns. And every time that I have to knit a baby blanket, or choose to knit I don't have to, but I choose to knit the baby blankets, it's about finding the pattern. What pattern am I going to make? What kind of yarn? And of course, with baby blankets and moms that don't understand fiber, most often it's better to do an acrylic blend that they can, or at least a superwash wool that they can wash and dry and take care of without a lot of work, because new moms
Right.
certainly don't have time to do that. But I actually have finished a baby blanket for a baby that I'm having to knit for. And I have absolutely, we'll put the pattern name in the description, but this is the baby blanket that I knit. It has not been blocked, and it is 100% wool. I think it was a superwash, and we can put I don't even remember the name of the wool, but we can put that also for everyone to see later. But it's a garter stitch blanket that goes from corner to corner, and then you do this lace border around it. And it was a quick knit. I was able to knit it pretty quick, and it is
Really?
beautiful. And when
I love
I
quick knits.
I do too. And when I block this, it is going to be absolutely beautiful. I probably, of all the baby blankets that I've knitted, this has been the prettiest to me, and the most enjoyable to knit. So I have really enjoyed doing this. In fact, I've got another baby blanket that I'm knitting, and I actually have started knitting on that one. And what's
Nice.
interesting about this is that this pattern, you actually start each row with a yarn over. And so that's a really interesting way to start a row. But
Not
this is
knit
another
one
one.
and yarn over? Just
No,
yarn over?
you start it with a yarn over, which creates these little these little holes.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah.
But it's very much comfort knitting because you're just knitting over and over
Yeah.
that the middle part of the blanket. And then the blanket, this pattern for this blanket actually has a little bonnet that goes with it. And so
Oh.
I've started working on the bonnet, and we'll see how that goes. But those are the things that are on my
Oh.
needles right now and what I have finished. So
Oh.
I've been real busy taking care of granddaughters the last few weeks. And so I was in Mississippi with my daughter. She and her husband have opened a Great Clips down in the Covington, Louisiana area. And so they have been really busy and needed help with granddaughters. So I have been out of place for a couple of weeks and helping with them. So knitting has truly taken a back seat to a lot of my life in the last few weeks. But
Oh,
things have calmed
goodness.
down, and I've got my needles back out. So hopefully I'll have more to show next time.
Well, I finished because I did share pictures on the community page, but I finished the hat.
Oh.
And it's of course in orange. And if she actually watches this, she's gonna know it's for her because it's her favorite color. But this is
I love orange too.
Christmas gift. Well, it's such a pretty color. It's called Mai Tai Speckled from Drunk Yarn for Knitters Who Drink. She doesn't even drink. That's another
Oh my
story. That's
gracious.
okay. But the thing I love is this tassel. So this tassel, you basically, the little hole that you still have at the top, it's very small. I put my crochet hook in there, pulled this elastic through, and then you put in this little button, and that keeps it from coming out. So in order to wash it, all you do is take out this little wooden button and you pull it out, and then you can wash the hat, and then you just, I don't know what you do with the tassel. I guess you don't wash it, but if you do, I would hand wash it and blow dry it. So anyway, I thought it was kind of cool. I got that at
that is a neat idea.
So
a lot of those little fuzzy furry balls that we can put on hats now, they actually snap on and can snap off in order to wash. So that's really neat.
Yeah, that was a neat
way to put those on.
And then, Susie, you'll be so proud of me. I finished my socks. But the funny thing, we discussed this in the last one. This is the one I knit with my double pointed two 16-inch circulars. This is the one I did on double points, and it is bigger, but these socks are for me. And I don't care. I mean, I put them both on. They pretty much fit-ish the same. I mean, fitted the same. So anyway, I just wove in the ends and called it. And now I am making this. So this is I just dropped my bomb. It is the Dream Ridges Shawlette.
Okay.
And the reason I picked it, well, it's pretty. I have to get my yarn. Hold on. But this only had 335 yards, and everything needs 350. So I was a little bit thinking, oh boy, will I really be able to do this? I thought this would be kind of a nice fall color. It's got some oranges and kind of those sunset pinks and all those pretty colors. So I finally found this, and the neat thing is you can, it also needs 350, but you can just cut off a couple of the rows and you can just make it work. So I thought maybe I'd have to pull out another skein, but I was looking for like patterns for one skein projects, and there's quite a few of them, but they almost all need 350 or more. But it's the Malabringo, which of course, we all love. So I got this at the yarn shop at Myrtle Beach.
Oh,
so I wanted to support them. And so this is how much I have done. Just a little chip. It's like a little chip. It's super easy.
That's where it starts. Yeah.
It all starts there. And so yeah, that's pretty much what I'm knitting these days. I have a feeling this is going to go fast. You told me that the lacy hole shawl would knit fast, and it did. It actually went
Yeah.
really, really fast. So this one, I'm getting to use size 5 needles. So this should go pretty fast. So that's exciting.
That is
Um,
exciting.
and let's see what else before we get into our secret weapon. Um, I was able to attend the launch, the grand opening, I guess you could say, of a local yarn shop. And that was really fun. And I'm going to show some video on that at the end of our video. But
Okay.
to make a really long story short, you and I actually visited that yarn shop when you were
Yeah.
here, the old one. And
Yes.
the owners were moving to Charleston and they were
Right.
closing the yarn shop. And I pretty much just thought, my town is done. We don't even have a yarn shop
I
anymore. And
know.
I was really sad. And to find out that the day before they closed, one of the customers had come in and started a conversation. And long story short, she bought the yarn store.
That's
So we
amazing. So
still
you still have a
have a
yarn
yarn
shop.
store. Yeah, we still have a yarn shop. And her name is Shauna. Do I have it? Yeah, Shauna. And she opened the Clucking Hen Yarnery. So it's for a Clucking Hen Yarnery, of course, for people who like chickens and yarn, which she does. So anyway,
And
but she's going to do a lot of fun things.
didn't you tell me that she opened up with her private yarn stash, that's what she used to open the store?
She's going to be mad at me for telling this, but in
Oh,
the beginning, yes, she kind of
maybe
told
she
me
won't
then.
be mad.
No,
But
no, no,
that
now
is
she
just,
has a whole bunch more. I mean, but
oh,
she had
okay.
enough. She's ordered lots of new stock,
But isn't that amazing? Of course,
but she
I
did.
don't know. Maybe I could open a yarn store with my private yarn stash.
Honestly,
That's, oh my
most
gracious.
knitters could.
Yeah,
They could
that's
open. I
true.
mean,
Yeah.
we collect it with grand dreams of knitting 24/7. I guess is
Yeah.
what our dream is.
I get really upset with my husband because he is a book hoarder. And then I think about how that, okay, but I'm a yarn hoarder. So we both have things we hoard. His is books and mine is yarn.
Well, I saw something on Facebook or one of them where it says, I think that collecting yarn and knitting are completely two different hobbies. So I think a lot of us have
I
that.
think
But,
so. Yes, I think so
I mean,
too.
you see this beautiful yarn and you think, oh, I've got to be able to do something
Oh,
with it.
there is nothing like holding the fiber and the beautiful colors. In fact, my granddaughter asked me when we was with them a few weeks ago. She said, they call me Grand. She said, Grand. She said, what is your favorite color? And I said, well, it's black. She said, ooh, black. And I said, yes, black is wonderful. I said, you know what black is? I said, it's like vegetable soup. It's every color in the
That's good.
world dumped into the pot. And when you
Yeah.
stir it, it makes black. I said, black is the
Yeah.
combination of all color. I said, so you know what? Maybe really every color in the world is my favorite. And so Mary Catherine is listening to this, and Sawyer says, well, what about white? And I said, no. I said, I don't like white. I said, white's a mistake. And Mary Catherine said, no, lots of people like white. I said, well, this is what you think about white. It is the absence of color. And black is the combination of all color. I said, that's why Grand loves black. I just love black because I love all colors. And to me, white is kind of like vanilla ice cream. I think it's a mistake. It's missing the flavor. Anyway.
Well, I like black because it makes me look thin. So let's be real. But yes.
Oh, yes, that's true.
No, but yeah, but yet it's the worst color to knit, as you know. I mean, it
Yes,
just about
that's
breaks your
true. That is
eyeballs
very
trying to knit
true.
it. So yeah, you get close. I remember when I was doing my Advent and I got to the really dark blue.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was hard because it was nearly black, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Of
so
course, if
that's
you're knitting
a
garter
little,
stitch, if you're doing garter stitch, the dark colors are not that bad. It's when you're doing lace knitting
right.
or any
Yeah.
type of more difficult pattern. But I do love black. But you're right, it is a tough color to knit with. It really is.
Yes. I actually made the big mistake. I wanted to knit like a little scrubby cloth, for the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought black scrubby. I mean, the scrubby part,
That's like knitting with your eyes shut.
the fiber alone makes you not see it regardless of the color. You
Exactly.
can't tell
That's
where you are with
exactly.
all that going on. And then it was black, and I literally just threw it away because I thought nobody else is
Yeah.
going to want to do this either if I don't want to. Yeah, I did not think that through very well at all. But yes, so I know it's kind of interesting how kids notice things. My granddaughter asked me, because I do wear a lot of blue. Yeah, I do. I wear a lot of blue. Anyway, and so I had a blue shirt on, and my husband had a blue shirt on, and she says, Why do you guys wear blue all the time?" I'm thinking she wears pink all the time, but we won't go there
Yeah.
because I like blue.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of blue. That's one of my main accent colors. But so let's talk about housekeeping. We promised to solve a problem, and the problem is housekeeping. And I don't know if it's just aging, getting a little older, or what it is, but it seems like everything takes me longer to do as it is.
Yeah.
Where I used to just blitz through my house, I don't really do that as easily. So I really need a plan. And I've always said the reason I love this whole program is because I don't have to think. I want to keep thinking for important things. Just tell me what to do. And our secret weapon is Susie.
Flylady.com.
And FLY stands for finally loving yourself, but the Fly Lady is the best thing ever. And they have an app, which even less thinking, but I joined it in 1999 and they only had emails, and she would send out
Yeah.
little encouraging emails. I still have my control journal, my 3-ring binder. It's actually right there in my kitchen.
You know what,
And
Linda,
with
before even the Fly Lady, there were books that I got, and it probably was back in the late 80s that I got these books. And they were the one book was called The Sidetracked Home Executives. And
I remember that book.
yeah, and I got
I
that book
do.
and it changed my world. And it was
Yeah.
written by Pam Young and Peggy Jones. They were, I think, sisters. And they had several other books that they wrote. That book may still be available on, I mean, you might be able to get it on Amazon. I don't even know. I haven't looked, but I shared it with everybody I could talk to. But it was the same principle of organizing your life in 15-minute increments. And I'm wondering if one of those girls are the ones that are doing Fly Lady, because it parallels so much. But I haven't checked into that. But it was Pam Young
Well,
and Peggy Jones was who wrote the Sidetracked Home Executives.
yeah. Well, I love this program because what it does is it breaks it down. Now, of course, they have the app, and I would highly recommend it, into daily tasks, weekly tasks,
Yeah.
and what else? I think that's
Well,
it.
and
So
you
the
know,
weekly tasks.
in the app you can edit too. So when you go into your daily task and your weekly task, and your home is divided into zones. And
Yep, the
so like
zones. Yep.
this week, I think our zone is the kitchen. And so
It's Monday, so
yeah, I think
I was supposed to have the hour of blessing. All I got done today, really, because we were doing this is the vacuuming, and I only got that done because of my RoboVac. But let me see what zone we are in. The
I
whole
think we're in the
idea
kitchen.
of this is if you keep up with this, every bit of your house will basically get touched at least once a month. And we're talking about baseboards and all the little things you just don't think about. But they break it down, like Susie said, into 15-minute increments because we don't have all day to do these things. But if you can at least do them, at least some of them, and you check them off, and then you can always, if you have a day where you have more time, you can always catch up. So let's see, morning routine. Here we go, the weekly home and the tasks. Oh, bear with me, zones. Here we are. Yes, we are in the kitchen. Haven't looked at it yet today. We're in the kitchen. So things. So you have a whole week to do this, which is nice. So things like empty your refrigerator and clean it, clean the microwave inside and out, clean your stove and your oven, wash canister and knickknacks, and on it goes. And you just get done as much as you can. One of the other things that she taught me was don't wait until you have time to do everything.
Exactly. You never have time to do it all.
No. And even if it's laundry, if you only have, if you're like really out of control with the laundry and you only have 15 minutes to fold, only do those 15 minutes is better than nothing. You've got 15 more minutes of laundry now folded.
And in the app, you've got when you click at the top of the app, your timer's up there and you set your timer for 15 minutes and you work and quit. But you think about it, if you work in the kitchen zone for 15 minutes a day, doing things that you don't normally do every single day, then
that's a lot, actually.
Yeah. 15 minutes times 7, that's almost 2 hours that you spent in your kitchen. And most of the time, we won't spend 2 hours because we don't have 2 hours, but we have 15 minutes.
Right, exactly.
So this is just an amazing way for you to stay up on things in your home, because you're just kind of touching each zone each week, so we're in the kitchen this week. I don't know where we're going to be next week, but, so it's like all week long, my thought is I'm in the kitchen. This is where I'm giving extra time in my house.
Yep. And it was really funny because when I was living in my camper, I couldn't wait to do this stuff. I know it sounds weird because I literally could clean my entire camper in like 15 minutes. I mean, it was very small, which, just for those who don't know, we did a house remodel. So we had to move out of the house. So anyway, we're in the camper. And like I said, I couldn't wait. And for a while, this was all really easy because I didn't really have to, clean underneath my sink because everything had just been put there. So the first 6 months of Fly Lady in the house was really easy. Even dusting, like the ceiling fans weren't even dusty yet. I mean, but how things have changed.
Oh, yeah.
We are back on it. Oh, man. I mean, it's just a lot. I mean, keeping up a house, I think anything after 500 square feet, you just have a lot to do.
But when you're thinking about cleaning your house and taking care of it in 15-minute increments, when you do that 15 minutes, then you can sit down and knit for 15 minutes.
That's right. That's right. Well, and then the other thing I love is the 27 fling boogie. This is one of the
yes,
foundations. And so when we had to move out of the house, a lot of our stuff went upstairs, and then we ended up having our stuff, parents' stuff. I mean, we just have a lot of stuff upstairs, and the upstairs we don't really use. And I need to start doing 27 fling boogies desperately because my granddaughter always wants to go up there, and she said, please, can I see it? Because it literally is packed with stuff. It's embarrassing. I mean, it's just packed with stuff that I have to take time to go through. And I finally let her go up there, and she came back down and she said, Lala, why do you have so much stuff upstairs? And I said, well, that's a really great question. I really need to work on that. Now
tell them what the 27 fling boogie is.
Oh, yeah. So basically you put your hands on 27 things. You either put it away, throw it away, or give it away. So you have 2 bags, and, you deal with it. Of course, my stuff is usually put away. I have the giveaway and the
Yeah.
throwaway bag. Those
Yeah,
are my
me
bags
too.
that I'm gonna really be filling because yeah, so the 27
And
Flame
I have
Boogie.
a
And then of
garage
course,
that I need to do that in. We
yeah,
all have a place in our life that just
we all
really
have
needs
yeah.
more organization.
Well, but that's the whole fallacy of the empty room. It's the empty purse syndrome. The bigger the purse, the more junk you're going to carry around. The more empty spaces you have, voids are meant to be filled, and you will fill them. You'll just deposit.
Yeah.
And people have, I have a spare bedroom. I guarantee. Well, I can't say I guarantee, but most people's spare bedrooms are disasters because they end up putting other things in there
Yeah,
because,
that's
well, it's
true.
there, right?
Yeah.
So, my thing is I just really have to go through things. And, the thing is that we know is our kids don't want our stuff. They don't want our stuff. We come from an age of highly sentimental collecting, uh, and our parents were worse. They collected everything from salt and pepper shakers, shot glasses, knickknacks, precious moments, all these things. And our kids don't want them. And so I have to go through this stuff because I don't really want a lot of it either, but I don't want to, after clearing out Danny's parents' house, I learned that we need to take care of this now while we're still alive and well,
Yeah.
because our kids don't want to have to do all that. I mean, it took a week for us to go through that house, and his parents were actually very organized, but they just had a lot of stuff. And I'm just wrestling with stuff. I just need to get rid of stuff. And it's kind of like they always say, if you haven't used it in the last 3 years, get rid of it. Well, yeah, if I haven't, and I have dishes. I have so many dishes. How many of you have dishes? I just love dishes. But I have my dishes, my mom's dishes, and my grandmother's dishes. A lot of dishes. I just have a lot of stuff to go through. But anyway, and then we always think, oh, everything's worth something. It's like, to whom? I mean, nobody wants this stuff anymore. So, yeah, I've got my fall cut out for me. I know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be 27 fling boogieing. That's for sure.
So check out
Yep.
flylady.com.
Oh,
If you're
Fly
not
Lady,
using
and
it,
get the app.
yeah, and get the app. You're gonna love it.
And the thing, and her real foundation, core foundation, is a shiny sink. And it really is true. When you can walk into your kitchen in the morning to a shiny sink, it's just like there's something about having a clean sink. It's like,
and a clean kitchen when you go to bed. I cannot stand
that
to walk
too.
into my
Yeah,
kitchen
yeah.
in the morning and it not be clean.
Oh,
So,
I know.
there's
I love waking
just a
up
lot
to
of
my
tips.
lights. Yeah, I like to wake up because now it's dark in the morning, which is why we like our lit trees. And we have the tree. I flip the tree on, and I have my little leaves and things glowing, and then the coffee goes, and I look at my shiny sink, and I think, thank you, Fly Lady.
It's going to be a good day.
day. Oh my goodness. So what else is your week going to look like?
Work. Yeah. I don't know that I've said this, but I am a licensed cosmetologist, and so what I do every week, most days of the week, is I do eyelashes. I put on eyelash extensions. So go
But
figure.
she does them
yeah.
very nicely. No caterpillars.
No caterpillars.
They look real.
Yeah, so I'm working
gorgeous.
this week and knitting this week, and this is the first week in probably over 2 months that my life is kind of calming down a little bit. So I'm looking forward to a quiet week.
Yeah. Well, good for you. Oh, well, I cannot believe it. We finally did it. We did our split screen. I don't know how it turned out. We're going to find out real soon, won't we?
Yeah.
But we're going to leave you with just a little bit of an interview that I did. The Clucking Hen Yarnery in Concord, North Carolina, a nearby town to me. And we do a little interview on that, just to say hello to her, give her a little promotion. We love promoting local businesses. And again, we will be keeping everybody in our prayers with these crazy hurricanes.
Yes. Make
Yes.
sure that you subscribe and like and
Yes.
comment
And share.
and
Yes,
share
with your
because
friends.
we're wanting our we're calling it our friendship circle. We want it to grow, and that'll
Yes.
happen because of you.
Yep. So anyway, thank you for yarning over with us, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We are on a yarn adventure to the grand opening of a new yarn store in my town. Yay.
Oh, Linda. Okay. Hi. I was like, hi. I'm Shauna, owner of the Clucking Hen. Yeah. So fun. Yeah. We have a ton of new stock. All of these, this whole table is new here. These are new. We have it sectioned by fiber now. So here is alpaca, next is cotton, then wool, then it's just kind of, you know, everything else, silk, linen.
I am so glad that you opened the yarn store because frankly we were devastated to not have a yarn store because, you know, Hobby Lobby is the mothership for some things but not for knitting garments. So
Right.
So we needed a yarn store. So my first question would be, what made you open a yarn store?
I love yarn. I've loved yarn for years, and really my husband pushed me to do it. He supports me in everything, and he supports me in purchasing yarn for the store and not for the house.
Yeah.
So,
So is it true that a lot of this is your personal stash that you're sharing with the world?
that is undisclosed information.
Okay, we won't talk about that.
It may or may not be true.
Oh my goodness. And I know a lot of people are going to ask this question, will you have classes?
Yes, I am going to do classes. I am going to do classes knitting and crochet from beginners to experts. Everybody has been asking me about a brioche class, so I am going to have a brioche class as well. I think that there is a need for that in
Never
this
done
area.
that.
Yeah, it's the bane of my existence, but you know, a lot of people are asking for it.
Right.
So we're also going to do knit-alongs and crochet-alongs
I love that.
every month. So I hope that everybody will do that as well.
Good.
And then we also, in addition to having them in the store, we're going to do classes and knit-alongs and crochet-alongs online too. So even
Wow.
if you're not in the area.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good. Susie can join. Yay. That's awesome. Well, it was nice to meet you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.